Welcome back to my channel. We are going to discuss now second chapter of science book from the 7th class, Nutrition in Animals. In this chapter, we have topics to discuss: introduction, different ways of taking food, digestion in human and different parts of digestive tract, digestion in grass-eating animals, feeding and digestion in amoeba. Then after we'll move on to NCERT solutions given in the textbook. Introduction. As we have already studied about the nutrients and nutrition and how animals and plants take their nutrition from the environment. Here's the step in the first one: nutrient requirement, mode of intake of food, and its utilization in the body. That we already discussed in the first chapter. And we have already studied about the complex food components, that is carbohydrates, proteins, fats, vitamins and minerals. Now about digestion. Digestion is the process of breakdown of complex component of the food into simpler substances. And here it is depicted in the table how the complex substance is converted into simpler substances. Carbohydrates to sugar, proteins into amino acids, and fat, fatty acids and glycerol. Later we'll discuss this in details. Different ways of taking food actually by animals. Here are some examples of taking food by animals and bird. And snail, how it gets its food. A snail scraps leaves with its microscopic teeth called radula. And an ant sucks food when it is liquid form or after making any food as liquid using its mandibles, the large two claw-like structure from its mouth. And how an eagle grasps the prey down on the ground from the sky and fly away to perch on the tree and swallow in pieces or as a whole, etc. These examples were not given in the text in elaborate, so I just elaborated it for your understanding. Digestion in humans and different parts of the digestive tract. In this section, we will study about food taking process by a human and how it is get digested and got defecated from a body. Alimentary canal or digestive tract in a human body consists of the buccal cavity, food pipe or esophagus, stomach, small intestine, large intestine, ending in the rectum and the anus. And here we can easily see the all parts of alimentary canal in a diagram on the right side. Later we will discuss all these parts of alimentary canal in later sections in this chapter. Now we can define what a digestive system is. The alimentary canal or digestive tract and the associated glands together constitute the digestive system. The buccal cavity, or simply we say the mouth. And we all know what our mouth is used for. Not for talking or something else, but to eat. We take food in and chew it with the teeth and break it down mechanically into smaller pieces. And we have different types of teeth, and you can easily see some kind of muscular tissue which act as socket in which each tooth is rooted, and these are called gums. Ingestion. The process of taking food into the body is called ingestion. The first way when a food enters the body. Have you ever heard about milk teeth? Definitely you might have heard about milk teeth and permanent teeth. Milk teeth are those teeth which last 6 to 8 years of age, and after that when you get teeth after milk teeth, then these teeth will be called permanent teeth. It lasts forever till anyone's death. However, some lose these permanent teeth also due to some kind of disease or old age. Thereafter, they need to get fixed new teeth from outside, like amalgam and all, when you go to dentist. Like I already told you about the different types of teeth that we have in our mouth. These are incisors, canines, premolars, and molars. And we can see the numbers of each teeth in our mouth, upper side and lower side. Let's have a look on this chart. Type of teeth, name of teeth, and number of teeth, and how many counts are there in the lower jaw and upper jaw, and how much of them are in total. Cutting and whiting teeth incisor. There are 8 of them, 4 on each side, and let's have a look about the canines. It used to pierce and tear the food, and there are 4 of them, 2 upper side and 2 lower side. And for chewing and grinding, we have both of them, premolars and molars. Premolars are for soft foods and molars for hard food. Premolars of 8 of them, 4 on each side, and molars of 12 of them, 6 on each side. And we can easily count it by using our fingers onto the teeth in our mouth. Whether it is 28 or 32, it is applicable to you, or whether it is grown or not after 28 teeth. Let us discuss about the tooth decay, or simply we say cavity. It is a disease caused to teeth due to acids produced by some growing harmful bacteria in our mouth. Mostly major causes for the cavities are chocolate, sweets, soft drinks, and other sugar products. And to do away with the cavity or any other teeth diseases, we need to clean our teeth twice a day. Saliva is just a water liquid and it is present in our mouth. It provides generally lubrication for what we chew in our mouth, and it also helps in digestion by breaking down the starch into sugars. Right side is given a picture of tongue and its various locations through which we can feel the taste of different foods. And tongue is a generally fleshy muscular organ which is attached at the end of the buccal cavity, and it is free to move around all in all directions in our mouth so that it can gather all the foods and chew it well to swallow properly. Here in the picture we can see esophagus attached to our stomach at one end. Here we can see the swallowed chewed food passes into the food pipe as shown in figure, and the wall movement of food pipe pushes the food downward. This movement takes place throughout the alimentary canal. Okay, this happens from mouth to the end of the alimentary canal, pushing, right? Sometimes the food is not accepted by our stomach, and what we get the result in that case, food is vomited out, right? Some of the reasons listed here for vomit. First one, food poisoning. Bacterial. Second one, bacterial or viral infection like gastroenteritis. And third one is appendicitis. Food poisoning is a medical condition when we take stale food or food which is bad in taste and smell, which can contain bacteria. Okay. And the second one is bacterial or viral infection. If this happens, we need to see doctor, and according to doctor we need to take action against. Okay, it is a bigger disease that we can't explain right now. It is one of the example that we have vomit again and again. And third one is appendicitis. Appendicitis is also a medical condition. It is a disease to our appendix. Okay, appendix, it is located on our right side at the in the abdomen below and attached to large intestine on our right side. Okay. The stomach is a widest part of the alimentary canal. It is thick-walled bag in the shape of J, flattened J. It receives food from food pipe at one end and opens into the small intestine. Its inner lining or surface secretes mucus, hydrochloric acid, and digestive juice. And mucus protects its inner lining, and acid kills bacteria that enters along food and create acidic environment for digestive juices to act on it. Okay, the digestive juice breaks down the protein into simpler substance. The small intestine. In this section, we will also study about liver, pancreas, and gallbladder. Small intestine is highly coiled, and its length is about 7.5 meters. Right? It receives secretions from the liver and pancreas, and its wall also secretes juice to digest the food that enters from the stomach. Liver, a reddish brown gland. It is a gland situated in the upper part of the abdomen on the right side. Liver is called the largest gland in our body, and it secretes bile juice stored in sac-like structure, which is we call gallbladder. It plays an important role in digestion of fats. Okay. Now pancreas. It is a large cream-colored gland located just below the stomach, and its juice acts on carbohydrates, fats, and proteins to change into smaller forms. Right. And this partly digested food reaches the lower part of the small intestine where intestinal juice complete the digestion of all components of the food. Like carbohydrates gets broken into sugars as such as glucose, fats into fatty acid and glycerol, and proteins into amino acids. Now we focus on absorption in the small intestine. Absorption, the process of passing the digested food into the blood vessels in the wall of the intestine, is called absorption. It means the food components which is get digested is absorbed by blood vessels connected to or near to intestine. Okay. What are the willis? Willis are nothing. It is a finger-like structure or outgrowths we can find on the walls of a small intestine. It enhances the surface, which helps in absorption, and these villi have network of thin and small blood vessels close to its surface which send absorbed substance to different organs, which we can conclude it as assimilation, which can be defined as the process of sending the absorbed substance to different organs by blood vessels close to small intestine and building complex substances such as the proteins. We can also note that in the cells, carbohydrates breaks into carbon dioxide and water with the help of what? Oxygen, and energy is released, which we can feel after getting food. And the food that remains undigested and unabsorbed enters the large intestine. The large intestine, which has an ending in the rectum, it is wider and shorter in comparison to a small intestine. It has a length 1.5 meter. Okay, and its function to absorb the water and salt from the undigested food material. Rectum, it stores all the remaining waste that that is to be passed through anus, which is we call egestion, and you can see the definition here. The process of time to time removal of fecal matter through the anus is called egestion. Digestion in the grass eating animals. We have seen so many grass eating animals like cows, buffaloes, goats, and you might have also observed that they quickly swallow grass and store it somewhere in their stomach. And the part of the stomach where they put those grass is called rumen. Those swallowed grass is just a partially digested food, which is we call curd, and it is stored in rumen. And the process when grass-eating animals bring those curd from the rumen in small lumps is called rumination, and such animals are called ruminants. Cellulose. Cellulose is a type of carbohydrates usually present in grass and which can only be digested by bacteria present in the rumen of animals, grass-eating animals. If we look at the diagram given on the right top of the slide, we can also find a part called cecum, a sac-like structure between oesophagus and the small intestine in which certain bacteria is present which helps them digest cellulose. This is only why humans cannot digest grass because we do not own such bacteria in our stomach or cesium in between of a small oesophagus and the small intestine. Now look at the last topic of the chapter, feeding and digestion in amoeba. Amoeba is just a microscopic single cell. Like we have so many cells in our body, but this creature has only one cell. In an amoeba, being a cell, contain a cell membrane, rounded, dense nucleus, and many bubble-like vacuoles in cytoplasm. It can change its shape and position constantly, and it has one or more finger-like projections, like false feet. I mean, pseudo means false, and podia means feet. So false feet projecting outside, which helps it move and catch food. After being a single cell organism, an amoeba perform all the tasks or like ingestion and ingestion. It trap foods inside using pseudopodia, and it also expel the undigested from outside by the vacuole acidization. Right? It has all the basic process of life in it. Now we have some questions to solve as NCERT solution as a topic. Here, the main steps of nutrition in humans are ingestion, digestion, absorption, assimilation, digestion. All you can find in your textbook at the back side of the chapter. What is the largest gland in our body? It is liver. The stomach releases what? Hydrochloric acid and digestive juices, which act on food to digest it well. The inner wall of the small intestine has what? Villi. It is a finger-like outgrowth which absorbs all the required elements. Actually, that vitamins, minerals, and all. Okay. Next, amoeba. It digests foods in the vacuole. And we have the true and false questions here. Digestion of the starch starts in the stomach. F false. Okay, for false. The tongue helps in mixing food with saliva. True. The gallbladder temporarily stores bile. True. The ruminants bring back swallowed grass, I mean curd, into their mouth and chew it for some time. True. Now mark the correct answer here. Fat is completely digested in where? Small intestine. Water from the undigested food is absorbed completely, mainly in where? Large intestine. Now we have two columns to match food components and products of digestion. When carbohydrate is digested completely, it turns into sugar. Protein into what? Fatty acids and glycerol. And what we have for fats, it is fatty acids and glycerol. Now we have questions to solve. Fifth one, what are villis and what is their location and function? Answer is villi are finger-like projections or outgrowths, and they are present in a small intestine of digestive system, and it helps increase the surface area so that it can absorb digested food properly for elements and minerals, vitamins and all. Now the sixth one, where is the bile produced and which component of food does it help to digest? Answer is bile juice is produced in liver and stored in the gallbladder. Bile juice secreted by the liver helps to what? Digest fat into simpler substances. Now the seventh one, name the type of carbohydrate that can be digested by ruminants but not by humans. It is a simple cellulose. Type of carbohydrates which cannot be digested by humans but by the ruminants, like grass eating animals, cows, buffaloes, goats and all. Why do we get instant energy from glucose? Glucose, it is also available in market, right? So what is glucose for? Glucose is a simple sugar which is easily absorbed by blood vessels of ours, whereas our other carbohydrates are first broken down into glucose and then get absorbed into blood. Hence the glucose gives instant energy, right? The next one, which part of the digestive canal is involved in? Already we have alimentary canal or digestive canal. Absorption of food, where it happens, small intestine. Chewing of food, where it happens, buccal cavity. Like killing of bacteria, where it happens, in stomach. Complete digestion of food, where it happens, small intestine. Formation of fecus, large intestine. Okay. Now the 10th one, write one similarity and one difference between the nutrition in amoeba and human beings. Similarity is simple, both of them are heterotrophs, like they are dependent on others for food. And difference is amoeba digests its vacuole and human digest food in different parts of alimentary canal. Now the 11th question, match the items of column 1 with suitable items in column 2. Try doing it by yourself first, then look at the answers. It will help you in the exams as you are confident to succeed. Okay. Now the 12th one, just draw the picture and try label all the names on a paper. Okay. Don't try it by looking at the answers, it won't help you anyway. So just try it by yourself once again. If you have any problem solving the questions, then you must go through the video once again. It will help you at large. And also try share these things to your friends, it will also help them in the exams. And do subscribe my channel, so I'll prepare the next chapter for you in very short or nutshell. Thank you once again. Bye students.